What's up, guys? This is Used to Be Watching. We're talking about Lunopolis.
Okay, sir. What is it that you have to say? Tell me.
The people on the moon, okay? They're up there, and they're watching us.
Today, you got me, Trip, and then Mason.
What's up?
Alright, so Lunopolis came out in 2010. You've probably never fucking heard of it. And if you hadn't been watching this, you probably never would have. It's pretty much a movie. It was pretty much like an apocalypse, like time, space, sci-fi movie about the 2012 prophecies that were like the world's going to end and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that till this time when I watched it. I was like, wait, this is about 2012?
December 21st, 2012. 8 days from now. That's absolutely the most important date in human history.
Yeah.
It's not about the world ending though, so...
Well, it's about the shit that's happening in 2012, like the big event that was supposed to be happening back then, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, this like what's interesting about this movie, before we get into like sort of like the plot and stuff, it is produced, directed, written, edited, and starred by the same guy named Matthew Avant.
And you can really tell.
Yeah, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good for being by one dude pretty much the whole time.
You say pretty good, I'd say pretty bad.
He also has like, I think his like brother and a couple of his friends in it too, who are pretty much like the cast. But anyway, we start out and it's pretty much like two investigators of like weird shit pretty much. Like it's just like their hobby, I think.
Yeah.
And they get this weird tip from this like one of those crazy guys on the radio. It's like, oh, this crazy aliens are real. They're walking among us. And they get this crazy call and they get these coordinates. And they find this underground bunker way off in this fucking swamp. And they end up finding this like backpack type device. And they steal it. And they get chased out of this bunker by, they're not sure what. They know it's probably a person.
Yeah, it's probably just one of those Men in Black guys.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a Men in Black guy. So anyway, they're messing with this device and they figure out, oh shit, like something weird happens. And so they take it to a scientist they know at like some local university. And they pop open this really bad CGI diamond. It's like, this is only found in one place ever.
The moon. Good guess.
Well, let me explain this machine. So what the weird thing that happens is they turn it on, it makes a bunch of noise, there's a flash of light, and the guy who's in the suit disappears for 5 minutes, but he doesn't remember anything about disappearing. And then the other two guys who are standing around kind of fall over and get hurt a bit, get scraped up, and then kind of wait till he reappears.
Well, it's sort of like flashes and then it's like re-up and it's like it's not like they're waiting there. It's sort of like the clock is 5 minutes ahead. Like what the fuck, you know?
Yeah, okay.
And the guy doesn't remember anything that was like had the backpack on. He was like, I was pretty much unconscious. He remembers nothing. And the scientists are like, oh, that's really fucking weird.
Sounds like a useless fucking machine.
Yeah. Anyway, it pretty much turns out that these people have been following them, sort of like you'd get like a Men in Black sort of feel from them, but a little bit like goofier. And they get like this map, and it's about this thing called like the Church of Lunology. And these people believe that there are people on the moon and that they came down to Earth and whatnot. And pretty much they go to like their headquarters of like the Lunology Church and nothing's there. These people are being really like, get the fuck off of our property. You don't fucking belong here. Da da da. And pretty much it turns out like people from the future came back in time to live on the moon and built a city on the moon named Lunopolis. They built a city on Earth named Atlantis. And when people first started to sail ships and shit, they sunk Atlantis. And pretty much that's how like the story of Atlantis came about. And pretty much everyone else just went back to Lunopolis.
It is the lost city of Atlantis. You see, originally, they set up the island as a base, sort of a counterpart for Lunopolis. The crews would transfer materials and set up. It was a site for transport and for the experiments that they did. But as people began to sail and navigate the seas, it was just too vulnerable to be, well, people found out about it. And by the time they decided to cut bait, sink the island to the bottom of the sea, it was too late. Enough people had seen it and knew about it. That's how the whole story of the lost island got started.
Some people escaped. The fucking diamond is like a major thing. And
Was the diamond like? Is that like one of the only ones, or is that like one of many?
I think it's like the only one. It's like it's like this is like the world's. It's like the strongest thing in the fucking galaxy or something. You know, it's like it can power anything in the world. And
All right, calm down with that.
yeah.
Like a piece of uranium.
It has something. Look like a fake diamond that glue green.
Great After Effects.
Anyway, shit ensues pretty much, like flying cars, a bunch of like, it's a documentary style, so a bunch of documentary style shit happens. The story's a little odd at the end, but the first 45 minutes are pretty good for it being a pretty much home film.
Yeah, but I just don't agree. Well, I mean, I do agree. Like I said, first 40 minutes is good. The next 20 minutes is just extremely boring, just nothingness. And the last like 30 minutes is
Confusing.
it's kind of just almost nothingness, but they're finishing up the story, but then they don't finish the story almost. And it's like, well, there you go.
So
Guess I'll never know what the fuck happened here.
it's sort of open, like, so you can, it's left to interpretation almost, sort of. It's like,
Yeah, but it's not done well.
yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, this isn't a fucking Oscar winner here, dude. This is,
I could have made it an Oscar winner. I would have had a great ending.
all the fucking pluses to this movie. It's an original fucking story. It's, if you just like sort of get past the fucking CGI,
So
the acting.
Wait. You're telling me Men in Black, Moon People, and time travel, that's original? Come on, Trip. Come on.
Well, I mean, I've never heard something
Stories
like that.
Stories
True.
time.
True.
I'll give it to them. Green Diamonds, original content there.
But if you just put past the part that's like, okay, everything's sort of bad looking and it's sort of cheaply made and stuff, it's pretty interesting. Like some of the plot points in that are pretty fucking interesting. And it's worth a fucking watch.
Here's a good question. Would you want someone in Hollywood to remake this movie, but like on an actual budget?
I really don't think they could like do it better, you know, like if they made like the Men in Black guys like badass and like the flying car looked better, it's like I just prefer this sort of like, I don't know, I wouldn't care to see it in a better version. Like this version's good enough for what it is, you know.
Yeah, but like I mean, like if you had good actors, I feel like it would help out a ton. And I think if you revised the ending, it would help out a ton.
I mean, if I could be like, yo, leave the first, like, recast it, make the first 40 minutes exactly the same, like, make the middle part where it's sort of a documentary style, make that a lot better and less boring and a lot shorter, like 5 minutes maybe, and then completely redo the fucking ending to make sense more and to be more interesting, then yeah. But that's a fucking big wish.
I think it would work though. I think they could legitimately remake that movie. It would be a lot more interesting. I mean, just like how they did those time travel kids movies. The movie they made right after Chronicle was about time travel. It's kind of the same thing where they stumble across time travel abilities.
Oh
They make a
yeah,
time travel
yeah.
machine. And like that was, I don't think that even has as good of a story as this.
No, definitely not.
But you know, the actors were good in it, and the story was it flowed better.
Yeah.
Very basic story though.
Real quick, we sort of just talk about the plot a lot. Let's talk about like let's each do a fucking scene that's just like, that's fucking a cheese scene, you know?
I don't fucking mind. It's when they first meet the Men in Black and they're like, "How'd you know we're here?" It's like,
What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
"Oh God!" And the camera spins around. They start running like, "No!" And the dude's got like leather gloves on, but he's like 300 pounds, and he's like, "I'm an elite DEA agent."
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not.
And sort of around that same scene, it's like one of their guys outside filming, and Cletus and like Bojack are out there like, "What you doing out here, boy?"
It's like, "Give me that camera, boy! Give me that camera! Shut it off!"
Turn the camera off.
Dude, chill the fuck out, alright? Look, I'm getting out of here.
And then somehow they just let him run away.
Yeah.
There's
I mean,
also-
those
there's
guys were
also-
pretty fucking frail, so.
Yeah, there's also all the scenes where like the guy, like I'm probably the main guy, I guess, has a gun and he just kind of waves it around and people just kind of look at him like, "Oh, the guy's got a gun." Anyway, it's like, "What do you want again?" And it's like, "Is this gun not a problem to you?" Like kind of close to the end, he just walks through an office. People just kind of look up like, "What's going on?" And they follow him to the office like, Where are you going?
I pretty much throw that to these are like a super corrupt like church moon people form of the government, something like that. And so a gun is like whatever. We have a fucking moon crystal, bitch.
I don't know. That's like bullshit. I feel like most of those people are just humans. They're just like, what? I believe in Lunopoly.
But there's also a really shitty car scene, which I'll definitely put in this fucking video. But
It's real fucking bad. It possibly ruins the whole movie.
But pretty much in fucking closing, I'm just gonna say, for a movie that's made by one fucking guy entirely for the most part, probably the most money spent on this fucking movie is probably the camera.
I just say, I'm telling you, compare this to Clerks. That's all I'm saying. Compare it to fucking Clerks, bro. Come on.
That's a whole nother fucking can of worms,
Ah,
dude.
come on, man.
We'll have to do a fucking one of these over Clerks, though.
Nah, movie's garbage. I'm not watching that.
You love Clerks.
I do. I'm just saying. Black and white.
But, yeah, for one fucking dude, just completely doing everything and it being sci-fi is like already fucking really difficult to do. It's pretty fucking good for pretty much a home film. It's like, it's not even a
It's on
step.
the higher end. It's definitely on the higher end of home garbage films that people make. It's definitely on the high end.
What if you saw this, like you're browsing YouTube, you saw like a 30-minute cut of this just as a free YouTube video, and it's like all the best shit in this movie cut down to 30 minutes. Would you be like, and it's called like a short film or something, would you be like, holy shit, this is really fucking good?
No.
You'd still be like, it's still
The acting's
bad?
still not. The acting's still not great. It's not good. I shouldn't say not great. It's not good. Like you can tell throughout this entire movie that this is clearly just a bunch of people fucking acting. It's like
Isn't that what every movie is?
no, but you don't like feel like they're playing a legitimate character. You can just tell like you're playing this character today. Like, oh, all right, I'm playing a bad guy. You're playing a bad guy. Like, all right, what should I do? Like kind of scowl at him a little bit. It's like, oh, okay.
I mean, I agree with you. I'm just saying, I don't know. It's like it's good for what it's decent for what it is.
Doesn't even hold a fucking candle to Avengers, bro. Come on. Come the fuck on.
I don't know, that fucking car flying scene. That's I see. I can't really get past the Iron Man suit, but the fucking car flying scene was pretty good.
It had a great disappearing effect where it like poofed into a dot of glow. I don't know what the fuck happened to it.
It also did like a fucking like barrel spin for some reason.
It like went straight up, turned at like a couple 90-degree angles, and then disappeared into nothingness.
They had their fucking trajectory off. They just had to fucking fix that real quick.
So like I said, I told you before, they should have just sped off really quickly.
Or just
Like at like 300 miles an hour. Just what happened?
But there's not much more we can say about this. We're gonna try to make this a watchable video. Hopefully it ends up that way.
Look, it's gonna be as quality as the fucking movie. So
Fucking that's an A-star fucking rating, dude.
if you made it this far in this fucking video, give yourself a pat on the fucking back.
Cause you're a fucking champ.
You're a rhino champ.
Alright, we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Bye.
Bye.